What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Fiction.
This is Pulp Fiction eSports, and your ass better listen. What up, jokers? We trying something new this week. Instead of being on the middle of the week, we're bringing it to you at the top of the week so you can start your week off right. With all the shit that just happened that you probably missed, or you didn't miss, but you want to hear about us talk about it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Our opinions on what transpired throughout the weekend.
All of the transpiration things.
Slayer.
First up, we will be talking about the Halo World Championship that just happened this past weekend. It was at the CenturyLink field, the home of the Seahawks.
Football.
MLG really went all out this year for Halo. They even had a section in the top of the rafters where they had all previous world champion, like if you were seeing like any other stadium.
Yeah, that banner thing was
pretty dope.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. Ogre2 had posted that. That was dope.
Ogre2 posted his ones, and it was like, it was easy for them to make the banners, all that copy and paste with the same team winning.
Ogre copy pastas.
But the team that won this year wasn't the XCLG X Optic roster talks. They ended up in second place. The team that won, who have been winning this entire year, was Splice. They won because I guess a lot of people don't know how to play against their fast-paced gameplay because they have a unique strategy when it comes to a game. Is that they don't scrim any other teams. They only scrim themselves 2v2. So I guess that teaches you not to fight one-on-one. Always try to trade. And also, what was I going to say?
Well, I feel like every time we even talk about Halo, it's always like one team is dominant. Like, you know, if we're talking about Halo a year from now, it's going to be like one of those teams is going to be dominant for the whole year, or like some new team is going to come up and like just run everything for a whole year.
Well, honestly, the last 2 years with Optic and CLG in 2016 definitely was the number one team. Like they hadn't really lost the series that often.
Yeah.
So they're really dominant. The last year, Optic, they were up and down in tournament results coming into Halo Worlds, but they put on their world mentality and they won again. But Splice, they won every single event that they went to this year, and then they won this one.
Yeah, that's just
so congrats to them. They also have a 16-year-old player on their team who's now pretty well off, I would say.
16-year-old world champion.
Exactly. They split 500,000. It's a nice purse.
That's more than a nice purse. It's like a Gucci purse.
The Gucci purse is if you win TI. Okay, that's another game, another way they get their stuff. They get crowdfunded. That's the reason why.
Word.
But yeah, so it was the top three for the event was Splice, Tox, which is X Optic, X CLG, and Team Envious. We will see what happens next year, how they're going to do it. It's still going to be Halo 5. There are rumors that they're going to announce Halo 6 at the end of at E3. But we'll know more about that once that rolls around.
Shit, if they do, I might have to buy a fucking Xbox.
Yeah, I need to finish the story, man. I love competing, but Halo is one of them story-driven things that I'll play the story first, then multiplayer. Not like Call of Duty where I play multiplayer first, and then when I feel like it, I'll play campaign.
Halo is the only shooter that I played the entire story for. The entire story. I haven't played nothing else. Well, that's a lie. I have Gears, but no, I was right because I didn't play the story for Gears 3. Fuck that.
Or Gears 4.
I didn't even play Gears 4.
That's what I'm saying. So Halo, throughout its entirety, we've always played their campaign. It's really good. Multiple times, too, on top of that, you know.
Because when Cortana fucking died, Nick, I wasn't fun, Nick.
Yeah.
Let's not even talk about that right now. Allergies acting up.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Meanwhile, in LCS,
Yes, the finals took place in Miami, and it was TL versus 100 Thieves, which TL swept 3-0.
yeah, I mean it wasn't our finals, but it was a good finals.
Yeah, it was a good finals. Team Liquid finally broke their curse of the 4th place, which they had for a really long time, and they won their first NA LCS title. But they did break the bank in order to assemble their roster. I'm pretty sure they paid these guys very well to get them on their team.
I mean, especially Doublelift, who's been on several teams, or a couple of teams in the past couple of splits, but he's still clearly the best ADC in the NALCS.
Also, they I heard they paid a lot for Impact.
I mean, they probably did. Top dive.
Also,
Ain't
on the talking about Doublelift, he wins with his 3rd team, and hoists his 4th NA LCS championship trophy, which is very crazy to think about that Doublelift actually won on 3 separate organizations, which is very hard to do because when you switch teams, you don't usually always win again.
Unless you're Doublelift. I mean, I guess that's a testament to like the level of a player of his caliber to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
exactly. Even though people, his favorite motto, everyone is trash.
Well, apparently they must be trash, but he's just, I'm on a new team and wins the fucking title every time. Oh, man.
He also, the teams that he went on to actually were really solid squads. You know, for a long time on CLG, he was trying to figure out how to win, and they finally won. Then they either dropped him. I think they dropped him, and then he was picked up by TSM, which also had another they built around him.
Yeah,
he joined Bjergsen, and then they got Hanser. I forget their support, but you know,
especially
he had another solid squad.
Especially TSM, I don't think they ever have a bad roster on TSM.
Exactly, they've never missed the playoffs. And then on Team Liquid as well, this is also an all-star lineup. You know, Impact, Paul Belter, Xmithy, Ole, and him. Like, come on, bro. Ole is like the best support.
Yeah, that's pretty OP. I mean, I was really hoping for that the Echo Fox finals, but they couldn't pull it out.
Well, they also lost to Team Liquid, so at any consolation, they lost to a team that beat the 100 Thieves. So, you know what I mean? That won.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it sometimes, but not really, because if it was a close series, which I don't think it was, then you're like, oh damn, if we only did a little bit less mistakes, we would have been there and we would have won, you know? I believe also Afromu won MVP of the split.
Yep.
So that was pretty good to see Afromu winning that, because he really did put in the hard time. He made a hard decision because he could have stood on CLG. They probably would have given him whatever he wanted.
For real.
You know? But he took the leap of faith to join 100 Thieves to follow Nadeshot's dream or ambition goal, and they actually thrived. They didn't win They didn't win in their first split, but they did get second. That's pretty damn close.
Yeah, I mean that's especially in the
roster.
Yeah, and it being a new Oregon in the LCS, like that's just fucking wild.
Exactly. So we'll see how it pans out in the summer split. But for right now, the point wise, if we were to end right now and go to Worlds, been Liquid, 100 Thieves, and Echo Fox. Those 3 teams will be representing NA for Rift Rivals, and Team Liquid will represent NA for MSI. Hopefully they will do a strong showing, so that way NA has a better seeding at Worlds, because it's world implications depending on how well you do at MSI. Usually when TSM goes, they throw us under the table. But I think the last time TSM when it was they didn't do good. But before that, it wasn't really that much Worlds implications. They made that when CLG made it to second place at MSI. lost to SKT. But
I remember that.
Yeah. So we'll see how this Team Liquid roster does, because Team Liquid looks strong. Fnatic looks like a strong team, and SKT is not the number one team in LCK. It's Dragons, the Team Zone Dragons, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And that team is really solid. I'm not sure who's in LPL, but we'll talk more about that once MSI starts up.
Play of the game.
Speaking of play of the game, let's talk about DreamKazper and his his efforts to keep, the scandals going in the Overwatch League. I just feel like they just can't win in the Overwatch League.
Yeah, there's always somebody being stupid.
So apparently, for those of you that aren't aware, the Boston Uprising star DreamKazper has been accused of engaging in inappropriate activity with an underage fan.
Shaking my damn head.
Yeah, so the first case was him engaging in communication with a 14-year-old Overwatch fan that he knew was underage through FaceTime, Twitter, and Snapchat, even attempting to coerce them into sending him nudes and engaging in FaceTime activities, which I'm assuming that means that he was trying to, is there a sex time? Instead of FaceTime,
yeah, sex time, basically.
When sexting isn't enough, we got a sex time. But boy, if you don't...
It's basically like Skyping, like, where you always Skype each other nude, or like...
Oh, man.
Whatever. But FaceTime is the new thing people use, because that's what iPhone users use. Yeah,
and I mean, to put in perspective what was going on, DreamKazper is a 21-year-old kid, and I said 21-year-old. I'm old, so he's a 21-year-old kid. But he was talking to a 14-year-old girl. Like, come on, bro.
No, come on, man.
She just got to high school, bro.
And he got a salary. It's not like, he how there's some old people who, like, always coerce high school girls because they bummed.
Yeah.
This motherfucker has a job, a career. He gets paid salary to play for Boston Uprising in the Overwatch League.
Like, come on, man.
And he fucked it up. He fucked it up because once the second allegation came, the first allegation caused him to be suspended indefinitely. The second allegation caused Boston Uprising not to even deal with him and terminated his contract.
Yeah, the second one, this girl came out once shortly after she heard about the first one. This girl was 16 at the time. She was 15. There was screenshots of pretty much everything that happened between them, and he told her that she was 2 years old, that he was 2 years older than she was. He bought her a plane ticket to fly her out from Georgia to California, and she sent him, nudes, yada yada yada. Your boy's in trouble again, and now he's pretty much terminated from the league over this.
Shaking my damn head, like,
that shit is
you had
wild,
a promising career, like, you know what I mean? It's not like you were the weakest link on the team, and now you done goofed, could even face jail time and all this crazy shit because you.
Yeah, that's child porn.
You were a
charges.
little horny, bro. Like, come on, man. There's Pornhub for that.
I mean,
alright?
It's really crazy because it's like. I have no words. Like, you know how many, like...
You can literally go on Tinder and find some horny person in California.
You don't even, like... You don't even have to do that. You could have legit went on his Instagram like, yo, is there any single ladies in the area? Hit me up. My DMs are open. You are an eSports star. You're on broadcast to all these people. Like...
Exactly. Like, over 125,000 people watch Overwatch League daily.
Like, come on, man.
You decided to fuck with underage girls, man. Come on, bro.
Like, all the women in the world. You ain't her in California, bro. Like, what's wrong with you?
It's the same thing what happened with Prepo when his story came out that he was messing with an underage girl.
Yeah, like, what's with these eSports kids, man?
which technically what is legal in Europe is just frowned upon, you know.
Yeah, like.
But still, you're like, you know what I mean? You're there. You were EU LCS caster, but I don't know.
Like,
I guess people just are. I guess they're still their former selves before they got there. I guess they were before, so you can't expect a creep to change because they got money.
I mean, it's just like, especially nowadays, you gotta be fucking, like, you gotta be super careful. Like, I don't even care. Like me, before we even exchange numbers, like I want to see a picture of your ID under a black light, because I'm not getting caught up in none of that.
Exactly. You could erase all the important details, but I need your picture and your name.
For real, like
be in the correct.
Like I'm not.
I was like, oh no, I'm Lily, but I go by Lily, but my thing says Amber. No. Chill, bro. Just go by your fucking name. Like I ain't got time for all this, bro. I'll stay single.
You're not about to catch me out there. Like I need to see. Like I don't want to FaceTime you. I want to FaceTime you and your parents. I need them to tell me that you're of age before I even talk to you about anything.
Exactly, because like it's too
easy.
easy nowadays. Like the catfishing to the extreme, man.
Plus, it's like, have you seen them? I don't know what they put in the water, but they look way older than they are, and I'm not beat for none of that.
Exactly, man. I'd be walking around at the mall and be like, it don't matter who. Like even if someone I kind of know their age, I'm like, right, that's 14, that's 13. Just disregard. Stop looking. I ain't trying to get arrested for some dumb shit.
When I'm out in public, everybody is 12. I'm not talking to you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You're all 12. No, thank you. I don't want to say hi. I'm keep my headphones on and keep moving like you work at a kiosk. I'm out.
Exactly. But besides scandals in Overwatch League, there were some upsets that happened in the Overwatch League this past week. Boston Uprising beat New York Excelsior, which even though they don't have DreamKazper, they still are a dominant team.
Yeah, man, they are still strong.
So they were able to beat the number one team. New York Excelsior won the last event. Was it the last one? And they were second, last stage 2, and they're second place, stage 3, right? I mean, stage 1.
Yes.
So they're very dominant. We'll see how the playoffs shape up for the whole entire league. But right now, the top teams is Los Angeles, Boston, New York, and the Los Angeles Gladiators. So both LA teams are top 4 this stage.
I mean, them Houston boys will pull it together. They usually come through clutch towards the end of the stage.
Houston's actually, I don't know if they'll be able to. Houston's 1-3 this time.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not like 2-2.
They be shaky, man. But then towards the end, they be moving up.
Yeah, no, they've lost a lot of this season, this stage. They lost a lot of close games. 3-2 to Philadelphia Fusion, 3-2 to New York. So New York's looking a little. The only team that they didn't lose, they lost handedly to, was Boston. They beat London Spitfire 3-2. So far they've had 3 best of game 5s, which is good and bad because
Overwatch League been kind of
consistent.
They've been kind of crazy this stage because even the Dragons almost won a game.
Oh yeah, I think what happened was San Francisco. Yeah, San Francisco won the first game, then they tied the second game, then Shanghai won the third. So they had won 3-1, so they had to go to Map 5, but Shock clutched it out.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. That would have been bigger than like playoff victory. You're just like
exactly because Shanghai still has. It's sad that people were saying the female that joined their team, I forgot the player's name, that will she save the Dragons? One player? Like, come on. It's possible, but it's a team game. So first she has to get used to it. Maybe they will win a game. Because I thought their best chance would have been against Dallas, but I don't think they've played Florida, which Florida is looking very weak this stage.
Yeah.
So they might have a chance to beat Florida. but it all depends on team chemistry, maps, everything. Like everything's all dependent on each other.
I mean, hopefully.
Oh, and as I say that, they play next week.
I mean, you know,
this coming week.
Hopefully they turn their shit around, but I don't know. I would like to see them at least get one fucking win.
It's okay. I have first-hand experience about teams not winning at all because the college I went to, NJIT, when they went to D1, they were like 0-72. Like for like 2-3 years, they didn't win a single game. It was the biggest deal on ESPN and everything when they finally won a game. I think they won against like one of the like Ivy League colleges or some shit like that. But now the team's doing better because they finally I guess the system's better.
Right. That
they actually beat like Michigan one time. Michigan State, I think. Forget Michigan or Michigan State, one of the two. They actually defeated them in a game, and people are like, "What the fuck is NJIT?" I'm pretty sure all the big sports NJIT. What's that? Anyway, but that's sort of derailing off topic.
As per usual, we'll have the links to the stuff you need to find.
Yes, in the bottom. And until next time, bye bye.